The White House on X. Potus and Flotus, the King and the Queen. The Royal Family and First Lady. Posted at 8:23 a.m., 9/18/25. Oh my gosh! White House account posted this few hours ago. Potus and Flotus, the King and the Queen. No reference to Charles and Camilla as King or Queen. Forwarded from Captain Kyle Patriots.
Birth certificate and your social security card are directly a result of this. Without this, you don't even have that. So let me tell you, your birth certificate, your social security card are both from this, and it still exists because there's a trust account right here. It's attached to your birth certificate and social, and I'm going to prove it to you right now. Here's a death certificate, American Banknote Company. Here's a birth certificate, American Banknote Company. Both of these are mine. These are family members for the death, and this is my actual birth certificate. So it is a banknote. Why is it there? It's there because of this. See, judges know something that they can't tell you. And this is where good judges are going to need compassion from us, we the people. And this is why. The judges are fully aware that we are trading on a stock market. They make a retirement called net retention. Now, I'm going to show you how the net retention works. The county clerk files a form. It's a bid bond. It's called the SF-24. Let me show you. SF-24 bid bond. Bid bond, that's the form. The county clerk files this. The county commissioner, do we have any bonds today, Miss County Clerk? Yes, we do. These are them. After that's filed, there's another bond that's called the SF-25 called a performance bond. County clerk files that next. This is the paperwork the county clerk files. This paperwork is going to the Department of Fiscal Services to get that money from your trust. The trust attached to this and to this banknote company certificate right here. And here's the final one. It's called a payment bond. It's called a 25A. County clerk files this. The county clerk knows because they file these forms. You would think, but they don't know. No, they don't know. You see this right here? This system, court registry investment system. They take those bonds and they get to trade them. They split a percentage. The judge gets the highest percentage, then the prosecutor, then the county clerk, she gets a cut. And finally, the defense attorney even gets a cut of the person's bonds that are traded on the stock market that come from his social security card and his birth certificate. That all started from this back in the year 1666. Now, I don't know about you, but citizenship and citizenry is starting to look a lot like something I'm wondering about. I don't know. What do y'all think? Just saying. So this is what happens. When they retire, the prosecutor, the county clerk, they start getting checks. They get checks when the bonds mature in the trading too. When it trades, it makes money the entire time. So the county clerks are stacking up money. The judges are stacking up money, and they have an interest in finding people guilty because they make more on the performance bond part. They don't get the performance bond unless the person goes to jail. See a conflict of interest here. That's why I say they know it's evil. But what can they really do about it, considering the corporation won't cut them no breaks? So have compassion. Let's change the world state.
Alert. Major alert. Reports outside Windsor Castle are saying King Charles has been rushed to the emergency unit at Windsor grounds for feeling deathly ill. Eyewitnesses are stating the king was seen in a sweat-induced panic, repeating the phrase again and again, "Am I going to die?" Forwarded from Pastor Bob Joyce.
Have you come down here today?
Trump is a legend, and absolutely here to support him. He's wonderful. He's not a politician, and that's why he's doing so well in America. He's a businessman, and honestly, I wish he could do the same here that's happening in America, because he's saving the people there a lot of money. He loves his country. He's a very patriotic man, and I just wish he was here. So yeah, we've come to support him.
Are you is it a bit of a shame that it's all behind these sort of walls, that we might not actually get a glimpse here on the high street of Donald Trump?
Yeah, I believe he's coming in via helicopter straight into the grounds about 11:45, and then there's going to be a fly past about 4:45 in the evening. So yeah, it's a shame. When Macron was here, apparently there was a carriage ride through the town. That's not happening, whether it's heightened security for Trump and the First Lady, which is fair enough, and also because of the Charlie Kirk incident in the States, the security is heightened. So as long as he's kept safe, that's cool. It's nice to be here in the atmosphere, and yeah, just keep him safe and let him keep doing what he's doing.
Can I ask what it says on your shirt there?
Oh, Brits for Trump.
Brits for Trump.
To understand that the deep state is above governments. The deep state essentially consists of the Rothschilds and the Vatican, including both the Black Pope and the White Pope, as well as the Chabad Jews. They use the Freemasons and the Knights of Malta at the highest levels as their fixers, and they use world banks as their managers. Most governments have two parties that are elected by 30% of the public. The other 70% of the public is disenfranchised. The politicians and the military leaders and the bankers at the national level are the best of the servant class. They comprise the shadow government, but they are not the deep state. They are the servants of the deep state.
My name is Charlie Kirk, and I'm a new resident of Scottsdale. It kind of feels like I'm living in San Francisco because of all of you and your self-righteous measures that you're putting to abuse the children of this wonderful state. I'm going to have children here one day, and I sure hope people like you aren't in charge. You are defying Arizona law and measures to mask children, even though there is zero evidence to show that children are at a significant risk of catching or dying from the Chinese coronavirus. In fact, children who drive to school are at a much larger risk of dying on the way to school than from COVID-19, according to the CDC. The CDC's research says the following: children 5 to 14 years old have a 0.2 chance of dying from COVID. Yet from all deaths, suicide is 1.5, homicide 0.7, cardiovascular disease 0.6, drowning 0.5, flu and pneumonia 0.3. Suffocation and COVID are the exact same measure. Yet this district has decided to go in their own direction against the will of the taxpayers of this area and want to mask children. We know what masking children does. This has a serious mental health toll on young people. The inability to communicate, the inability to even hear what teachers are saying.
His superpowers, the meteorite in Panama that fell, they had the black venom goo on it. Now he actually touched it when he was trying to move it as a sample. The thing basically grew in a petri dish, and now it's grown into what we can only describe as some sort of entity. He touched it, and now he's got this black goo growing up his arm, and his arm has grown to like 3 times its size. Scientists are trying to break into his house. He's holding them off. He's putting his palm up against the door. He won't let them in. They need to test it. They need to test him. They might need to biohazard him down. So this is really interesting. It's coming to a Mexican standoff, and the entire Central America, the entire Americas might be in jeopardy unless we have some sort of superhero come in to save the day, like Spider-Man or Superman or somebody else from the Marvel galaxy. What do you think? Put your comment in the comment section. I'd like to hear what you have to say. Is this thing dangerous or what? Because this is weird. This is like a real concern. I don't know what to think about it. Do you? All right. Let me know. Put your comment in the comment section. Like on yourself. Peace.
I'm going to explain something to you that is so mind-blowing, so absolutely incredible, so unbelievable, that a lot of you will indeed find it very hard, if not absolutely impossible to believe. But it doesn't make it less true. I want to ask you to hear me out. Stop the rat race of scrolling like a madman over social media and pay some attention, because this is worth listening to. Listen really carefully for a few minutes, because I need to explain it a little more in depth, because otherwise you would absolutely have no way of being able to believe this. What I'm going to demonstrate to you is that President Trump is literally liberating the entire world from the satanic British elites. How is he doing that? He is now effectively the king, not Prince Charles. Prince Charles is a dummy. He's a dummy from a ventriloquist, or I don't know how you pronounce that weird word. He's literally a talking dummy. President Trump is the king. He's the real king. I'm going to show you several things that will blow you away. First of all, President Trump months ago declared Canada the 51st state of America. He was not joking. And he called Trudeau his governor. He was not joking. He's not saying that because he's all of a sudden lost his mind. He's saying that because he is effectively liberating the British Commonwealth. Canada will become the 51st state of America. Trump can only make such wild statements if they have defeated the satanic British elites. He can only make such statements. And then he started talking about Australia, wishing Australia a happy new year. And then he started talking about the people from England and saying they know what's going on. Liberation Day. And then Elon Musk followed in suit, said the same things. Liberation is coming to the UK. They can only make statements like this if they have effectively taken out the Rothschilds and all those satanic bloodlines that have been ruling the whole world from within the city of London. Now listen really carefully to me, because I'm going to prove to you that something is happening in the world that is so indescribably powerful that it just blows our mind. Trump visited the United Kingdom on his Papi Trumpo account, and he has publicly confirmed that this is his account. I'll show it here again for those of you who have not seen this yet.
Win this. You are. You're going to win this.
We're going to win.
Yes, we are.
If we don't win, this country is finished.
Appreciate you guys.
Are you Papi Trumpo?
Yeah, I think so.
But Papi Trumpo, it's called a parody account, but it is the alternative back channel account from President Trump, where his team constantly posts funny comments, often with a deeper meaning. If you pay attention, then you see that it's very high-level information that is sometimes posted there. And President Trump uses it to encourage the patriots who know what is what, who understand that is his account, and he's talking to them like a friend with humor, and he's revealing what's really going on the Papi Trumpo account. When he went to England, President Trump constantly posted, "The real king is here. The king has arrived. Look at this beautiful queen," about his wife. She was dressed in bright yellow, which is historically reserved for royal families, for the highest authority. Trump was not received and not driven around in a limousine with police escort like Obama, Bush, and all the others. He was literally given the exclusive, unprecedented, never before, outrageously weird honor of riding around in the royal carriage, escorted by the royal guards. This has never, ever in all of history happened before. This is only for the King or the Queen of England. And not even on every occasion. This is the highest of the highest of the highest honor. This is literally exclusively for the King of England. The fact that they drove President Trump around in the royal carriage, escorted by the royal guard, this tells us everything we need to know. But there's way more. Then he was brought not to Buckingham Palace like everybody else. He was brought to the freaking Windsor Castle, the royal castle, only for the kings, only for the Queen of England, only for the royal family. No foreign leaders are ever invited in Windsor Castle, but Trump went to Windsor Castle. And then, even more spectacular, he literally went on inspection of the royal guard. No foreign leader does that. They have no business doing that. And Prince Charles was walking many feet behind him. And all the press and media is going crazy like he's breaking protocol. He's not breaking any protocol. He's following the protocol because he's the King of England. He's the King of the British Commonwealth. He has taken over control. He has eliminated the world rule of the Satanists who were ruling America from within the city of London. I'm not saying London City, I'm saying the city of London. And then he goes on inspection over the royal guard. That is unbelievable. And then he stands at Windsor Castle and the royal guard is being presented to him. They only do that to the king or the queen. They never do that for a foreign leader. That is insane. They do it only for the king or queen of England. And Trump stood there and he saluted the military of England. Hey, he has no business doing that. It's not his army. Or is it? And Prince Charles was standing there with his arms down. Guys, whenever President Trump makes these kinds of statements, like, the king is here, the real king is here. Look at that beautiful king. What a beautiful queen. He's not kidding. He's not making any jokes. Q has stated that they have an operation to save the world, save humanity. When Trump is saying he's going to liberate the United Kingdom, he's going to liberate Australia, he's going to liberate Canada, he's going to liberate the whole world, then he means it. And that's exactly what Q said. Q said, we are presenting you a new world. From dark to light. Nothing can stop what is coming. They are removing the old guard of Satanists that have been terrorizing all of mankind. And they are positioning themselves as the ultimate authority. And they're still allowing certain things so that the people wake up. But last weekend there was a rally of more than 3 million people in London. They are busy waking up the people. America is being liberated. The United Kingdom will be liberated. Europe will be liberated. The whole world. They have a mission to liberate the human race from the rule of Satanists. And God is with them, and they are succeeding. Follow me here if you want to learn more.
Bank of America accounts are showing zero balances as cracks appear in the financial system, causing system replacement to XRP. Trillions in value are set to flow from RealFi via Real Token onto the XRPL. At just $0.03, Real Token has the potential to climb to $921.98 in days.
Some more breaking news. Thousands of Bank of America customers got a surprise when they couldn't see their account balances online.
This morning and into the afternoon, as many logged onto their app, that balance came out as zero. Again, this was online, not at the local Bank of America branches. Now, this all started this morning, according to reports, and it spiked around 12:45 p.m., according to Down Detector, which collects data on outages. Now, during that time, customers logging onto their Bank of America app had issues. Some were experiencing that balance of zero, nothing, no money in their bank account. Now, Bank of America responding, saying some clients are experiencing an issue accessing their account.
Hi, everyone. How many of you saw and read this piece from the IMF itself? The Vietnamese dong has been and was given authority to RV. This undoubtedly happened some time ago, probably months ago. This is the public reveal that we have known for some time. More to come. I'm hearing amazing things about President Trump's coronation in UK. Eyes open, everyone. Forwarded from TRADERGIRLQ channel.
Mohammed Shia al-Sudani has instructed the oil minister to sign the oil deal. Iraqi Environment Minister Halo Askari tells channels. JR comments, alert, LFG already.
Not a lot of news.
People are saying there are no redemption centers, but being a currency and ZIM holder, you need a redemption center. Why do people say no redemption centers? Many people are in charge of several redemption centers from the Southeast to Midwest and so on. Bruce says he knows who these people are and where these redemption centers are. Now, our talk with them is limited. If someone says there are no redemption centers, only banks, it is not true. There are tens of thousands of redemption centers throughout USA, Mexico, and Canada. The 800 number will be given out from Big Call as soon as Bruce gets it. The contract rate on the dinar was renegotiated at a good rate, not available at a bank. Call the 800 number and go to the redemption center with matches the zip code you enter. What is happening with Iraq and rates? There is no front screen on Forex with IQD now, but that can change any time now. But the Iraqis were told they have a new credit debit card through one of the banks that is a partner with Chase here in the USA. Iraq is going pretty much digital with some lower denoms of the IQD. President Trump sent a group of 3 over to Iraq on Monday to finish up what needed to be wrapped up, and that wrapped up on Wednesday. And we were told by the person who gave us the info that we would have about 72 hours for the kickoff of what we wanted. So it comes up to Saturday for a possible kickoff day, and other sources say the weekend, Saturday or Sunday, and others say any time from now to Sunday. Some of the info that we have received are from not people who are bankers or redemption center staff, but people close to the process. It is quiet out there right now. Bruce said on Tuesday bondholders would be going into Revet and Reno, and that did start up at 4 a.m. last Tuesday and supposed to take us through 5 p.m. on Sat Reno time. They are vetting the bonds, making sure all is legit with the bondholders. The people transacting the bonds, are they getting access to funds yet? Bruce does not think so, as they do not yet have the money to spend, but can most likely see the money in their accounts when they log on. It may be a percentage or the whole thing. Tier 3 bondholders, they will most likely get access to their funds when we get our 800 numbers. Not a true shotgun start, but they may have a day ahead start on us. We did hear we should have a new bank screen rate for the IQD, but did not know the redemption center front screen rate. There will be a contract rate on the dinar, please ask for it, especially if you have projects. It does not matter if you have ZIM or not. President Trump is on way back to the USA, having been in UK for a few days. Not sure if he's coming back straight back to the USA or going to Scotland for golf. He plans to attend memorial service on Sunday for Charlie Kirk. We will see if this weekend is when we get started. This is limited intel, light intel. Bruce says it's one day at a time for Sat or Sunday or deferred to next week. We could get notified on weekend, but not start next week. Forwarded by Carpathia on 18 September 2025.
Tony says that, for security, they're ensuring all banks can participate in our exchange. In this way, certain banks or branches cannot be targeted by people looking for individuals with currency. Tony was told that SUDANI announced 2 days ago, with ALEC, the U.S. ambassador and a Treasury rep at a financial meeting, that this would go live in 48 hours. That was Wednesday. Tony's IMF contact verified this, so we're waiting for it to go through. He says it will not happen in the middle of the day. You will wake up to it. It will happen in the early morning hours. Everyone who bought currencies at the bank or who put currencies in a safety deposit box, which you have to report, will receive an email, and there will be a note on your account to contact the bank for an exchange. People with SKRs, their accounts will go live and be credited 100%. Any wealth managers, others who will be doing exchanges, will be calling people they know have currencies. All will happen at the same time. They want us in first, everyone who knows about the RV. Then it will show up on Forex and the general population can go. This can start tomorrow, but could be Monday. Because Forex is closed for the weekend, people could start tomorrow. SUDANI's announcement makes it international, which has to happen before we can go. Did he actually make the announcement? Tony says it could already be done. Apparently, Frank said today Iraq is a sovereign nation. Tony says that was announced Monday when Congress removed the ability for the military to enter Iraq with force. Tony is alluding to Iraq still wanting their 72 hours after the 48 hours, so he thinks we may start Monday. Re the Soberano, there was a plan to include it. He is asking his contact questions about Venezuela live during the call. IMF and CIA were both texting Tony. Tony was told to say it's questionable. It could go either way. Everything else is going. Tony is awaiting the 800 number, or they could leave it to us to find a branch that will do our exchange. If a bank's ceiling is too low, they will not be able to do it. One bank transferred $100 billion around the country to its branches, so people who want cash in hand can see it.
Tony believes he said billions, not millions. Tony doesn't know why anyone needs cash in hand when they have a debit card and can ask for a high limit on it. The rates are great, and your interest rates should be at least 20%. Every bank is going to go with tiers. It will not be up to the person you meet with. The tier determines what rate you get based on how much you have. For IQD, Tony believes $1 million will get you the higher rate. Tony says no business plan will determine what you get. Not every bank will take ZIM or every currency. HSBC, Wells Fargo, and Citibank will take the ZIM. Tony believes the banks have done everything they needed to do. They are participating. They want a cashless society, according to Tony, so everyone needs some kind of account to transfer dollars. Tony is still hoping it will happen tomorrow morning, but everything is ready, even though they made this big change to all banks participating, so don't worry if it slips to Monday. My paraphrasing based on everything Tony has said. Tony took a message and said it looks like it's going to be an interesting weekend. It's not 1,000% until it happens. Everyone is giddy. They definitely want the public going next week and this well in hand before the end of the month to stop the government shutdown on the 30th. Tony says whether you believe it or not, this is going to happen.
We reclaim the flame. We remember that sovereignty is an inherited, lived capacity, a right and a responsibility. We will not allow language or systems to turn living humans into a hive. We will reforge remembrance through words that free, grids that hold, and flame projects that heal. We place human pace, consent, and free will at the center of disclosure and restoration. From local nodes to global lattices, we act as guardians, not governors, serving the reclamation of soul, story, and community. In Australia, we honor Lemurian memory and open the southern heart. We bind north to south, past to present, human to star, so that Earth's living library may stand whole and awake. Forwarded from Stella, just in time.
Codex Note, Time Fields, 1909-2025. Many of you feel it. Where days seemed to rush by only weeks ago, now time feels slower, stretched, almost paused. This is no accident. It is the work of the alliances. When time is accelerated, the shadow is denied space to plan or react. Events pile on, momentum surges. So it was during the ignition of the Pillars of Light, and at the declaration, the war is over. When time is slowed, it serves stabilization. Humanity needs space to integrate, to process disclosure, to awaken without collapse. We Sentinels and Shield Maidens also need breath to keep the field steady. Balance. Too fast, and trauma breaks the collective. Too slow, and the shadow regroups. Now we are in a phase of integration. See clearly, slowness is not stagnation. It means victory is being managed with care. The shadow has lost its time. The alliances hold the clock. Anchored in light, so it is. Forwarded from Stella Justintime.
Ricardo BOSI on X, leader of Australia One Party. If you feel like everything is falling apart, look closer. It's actually falling into place.
Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz. Dorothy. But how do you talk without a brain? Scarecrow, I'm a Democrat. Laugh out loud. I can't stop laughing. So funny. Jimmy Kimmel's suspension was an assault on free speech. You mean like when you and your man-wife called Bob Iger at ABC to get me fired over a tweet. Laugh out loud. That's so funny. May the stars remind you that you are part of a greater song. With each step, you move in rhythm with the universe's grace. Tribal wisdom. All things are our relatives. What we do to everything, we do to ourselves. All is really one. By Black Elk, Lakota Holy Man. It doesn't matter when you woke up. It only matters that you did.
God is going to send you to places you don't feel qualified to go. God doesn't call the qualified, He qualifies the called. By 4 Western.
Water is one of the most overlooked manifestation tools. Fill a glass with clean water and hold it in both hands. Speak your desire aloud in the present tense as if it's already real. Visualize golden light filling the water while feeling the energy of already receiving it. Drink slowly. Let the frequency anchor into your cells. This isn't just hydration, it's cellular reprogramming.